Lately, I've been chasing the rare, limited, lightweight cars. The ones that feel more involving and exciting than the new stuff. Better value, less depreciation, and a lower point of entry into something that is truly special. I've seen so many of the cars I've always desired rocket in value in recent years. The Diablo, the Murciélago, the CLK DTM even. And it makes me even more determined to hunt for the next hidden gem. A car with rarity, scarcity, something unique. But also an epic driver's car. And that's why today I'm driving this, the Lamborghini Gallardo LP550-2 Valentino Balboni.
As soon as I saw this car come up for sale at the Ash Tree collection, I knew I had to have a drive. Honestly, if I had the space and the means, I would add this to my stable. But unfortunately I don't. And the next best thing is where I'm sat right now. This is a car I've always wanted to drive. And because they're as rare as hen's teeth, I've never had the chance. So this isn't just another Gallardo or another limited edition Gallardo, of which there were many. This is the Gallardo LP550-2 Valentino Balboni. One of 250 cars worldwide, and built to celebrate Lamborghini's legendary test driver. He's a bit of a hero of mine. So when I grew up chasing cars and dreaming of cars, he was the man at the helm. So for this car to leave the factory with his name attached, you know it's going to be good. So what makes this car special? 2010 was a year of great cars. We had the 997 GT2 RS and 4-litre RS. We had the Lamborghini LP550 SV. We even had the Aston Martin V12 Vantage. And I remember when they shoehorned that 6-litre V12 into the Vantage. And that's basically all the cars that I love. All the cars that are on my bucket list at the moment. And what makes this car special isn't just the name. It was the first time since the Diablo SV that Lamborghini built a rear-wheel drive car. Now that is massively significant. And for me, that translates driver-focused, lighter, more pure. And for Lamborghini to do that, you know it's going to have to be on a special car. .2-litre V10, 542 bhp at 8,000 RPM, 0 to 60, just under 4 seconds with a top speed of 199 miles an hour. I mean, the numbers, they are there, but it's not just that, it's the feel, the noise, the balance, and that V10 behind your head just makes the whole experience unforgettable. What about the sound? For anyone that's driven an early Gallardo, that 5-litre has a rawness that's unmatched to any other car since. But this 5.2-litre has a more of a distinctive character. It's not as raw, that's for sure, but it's sharper and more refined. It builds into a really unique metallic wail. That is absolutely spine-tingling. So this car is a perfect spec for me. I mean, it's orange, which is a must for a Lamborghini. And it's got the factory white and gold stripe. And it's sitting on those gorgeous lightweight OZ wheels. And most importantly, for roads in the UK, it's fitted with a front axle lift. And inside we've got extended leather We've got the white stripes through the seats, and then we've got the plaque, just to remind you what this car is. It's a piece of Lamborghini history. This particular car's a story worth telling. It was supplied new in Singapore, where it was fastidiously maintained before being exported to the UK in 2016. Since then, it's been cared for exclusively by Lamborghini dealers, and even it was professionally stored at the car hotel for 5 years from 2020. And it's had serious money spent where it counts. It received a major service recently with new clutch, flywheel, discs, pads and more. Nearly £18,000 worth of work. And for me, that's the kind of spend you want to see on a car like this. So this example's covered just under 36,000 miles. And for me, that's a huge plus. You know, it's been used, it's been enjoyed, it's been driven, and that's what it's there for. That's the whole point. This is a driver's car. Nice it's not been put away and polished and not driven as intended. And it's available for a smidge under 135 grand, which to me is huge value for money. What's the gearbox like? Well, I'm in sport mode currently. And I think I've touched on these gearboxes in the past. I like cars like this. I like gearboxes of their period. I mean, if you think back to 2010, the 458 Italia had just rocked into town with its dual clutch system. And at that point in time, we were chasing sharp and quick gear changes, or we're certainly starting to. For me, an E-gear gearbox does not turn me off at all. I like the fact you have to learn how to drive it. You have to slightly lift your throttle on the upshifts and the downshifts. You've just got to modulate it and get to know the car and its character to get the most out of it. I know everybody would chase the manual versions these days for the ultimate driving experience, but don't overlook the E-gear in this car. The downshifts are there just as you need them. As many of you know, this car came as a manual option too. And trust me, if one of those was for sale, the price would start with a 2. I think to summarise on the gearbox, it still requires a bit of driver input and feel to master it. A bit like you would if you were driving a manual. What's it actually like to drive? I mean, as soon as you just manoeuvre out of the car park, you feel the benefit of the two-wheel drive. With the front wheels that are now freed from driving, the steering, it is so sharp, it's so precise. But also by losing the four-wheel drive system, it feels a lot more alive on the road, and you feel like you've got to be a lot more gradual with your inputs, both steering and your right foot. Everyone talks about the CS, the Scud, the GT3 RS, but the Balboni deserves a seat at that table. Manoeuvring the car, you would normally feel that four-wheel drive system, the typical judder when you're manoeuvring at low speeds. This car, you don't get any of that. It's almost got a ferocious energy. When you plant the right foot, you're pinned to the seat. The uncorrupted steering is a joy to drive. Makes it feel darty, and the car feels a lot more lively. I mean, if it's good enough for the Huracan STO, it's good enough for the Valentino Balboni. It's a car you feel like you can't take liberties with, that's for sure. Which I think in the modern cars you can these days. And you just lose a bit of that involvement. The character.
Cars like this just don't come up for sale anymore, and they're most certainly not built like this anymore either. I'm like a magpie when it comes to cars. Always drawn to the rare, the shiny, the unusual, the ones with that extra bit of magic that sets them apart. Like the BMW M3 GTS, the Gallardo Superleggera, Ferrari's Challenge Stradale and 430 Scuderia, and the Mercedes Black Series. The ones that defined an era and now stand out as true collector's pieces and drivers' cars. And this, the Gallardo LP550-2 Valentino Balboni, sits right alongside them. It's everything I love about cars. And the Balboni is just one of those truly special cars, a true limited edition, driver-focused, and in my view, a proper Lamborghini. A car that sits alongside the icons of its era, and for me, one of the great modern classics, the one that rarely becomes available. Please, can someone buy it and use it as intended?